Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Sundarangam Kandar Agopitamaniya Vishesha Shobham
Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Jami
Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Jami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Jami Angani Yasa Sakalen Priya Priti Manti Vasyan Dipan Vikayanti Tiram Naganti Ananda Chinmaya Sadhu Jala Vigrahasya Govindam
Adi Purusham Tamaham Jami
Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Jami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Jami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Jami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Jami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Jami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Jami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Jami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Jami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Jami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Jami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Jami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Jami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Jami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Jami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Jami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Jami Govindam Adi Purusham
Jaya Lalita Vishakha Jaya Radhe Shyam Lalita Vishakha Jaya Radhe Shyam Jaya Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram Jaya Gora Nitai Jaya Gora Nitai Gora Nitai Jaya Gora Nitai Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma Vando Mui Savadana Mate Vando Mui Savadana Mate Hara Prasade Bhai Eva Bhatariya Krishna Prapti Hoy Yaha Hoite Krishna Prapti Hoy Yaha Hoite Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitete Kariya Ekya Arana Kariha Mane Asha Arana Kariha Mane Asha Shri Guru Charane Rati Aise Uttama Gati He Prasade Pure Sarva Asha He Prasade Pure Sarva Asha चक्षुदान दिल जय जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशिता प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होते अविद्या विनाश जाते वेद गाय यहाँ रचरिता वेद गाय यहाँ रचरिता श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अधम जनार बंधु श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अधम जनार बंधु લોકનાથ લોકેરા જીવાના લોકનાથ લોકેરા જીવાના આહા પ્રભુ કરો દયા દેઓ મોરે પદ છાયા આહા પ્રભુ કરો દયા દેહો મોરે પદ છાયા હે બેજાસ ઘુસુક ત્રિભુવાના શીલા પ્રભુપાદ પતિત પવાના જય પ્રભુપદા 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 જય પ્રભુપદા જય જય પ્રભુપાદ 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 જય જય પ્રભુપાદ જય જય પ્રભુપાદ 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 જય જય પ્રભુપાદ નમો ઓમ વિષ્ણુપદાય કૃષ્ણ પૃષ્ઠાય ભૂતલે શ્રીમતે ભક્તિ વેદાંત સ્વામી નીતિ નામિને નમસ્તે સરસ્વતે દેવે ગૌરવાણી પ્રચારિણે નિર્વિશેષ શૂન્યવાદી પાશ્ચાત્ય દેશતારિણે જય શ્રી કૃષ્ણ ચૈતન્ય પ્રભુ નિત્યાનંદ શ્રી અદ્વૈત ગદાધર શ્રીવાસાદિ ગૌરા ભક્ત વૃંદ જય શ્રી કૃષ્ણ ચૈતન્ય પ્રભુ નિત્યાનંદ શ્રી અદ્વૈત ગદાધર શ્રીવાસાદિ ગૌરા ભક્ત વૃંદ જય શ્રી કૃષ્ણ ચૈતન્ય પ્રભુ નિત્યાનંદ શ્રી અદ્વૈત ગદાધર શ્રીવાસાદિ ગૌરા ભક્ત વૃંદ Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaurango, Nitai Gaurango, Nitai Gaurango, Gaurahari. Nitai Gaurango, Nitai Gaurango, Nitai Gaurango, Gaurahari. Nitai Gaurango, Nitai Gaurango, Nitai Gaurango, Gaurahari. Jai Sachinandana, Jai Sachinandana, Jai Sachinandana, 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 Gaurahari. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare. Some YouTube kartal he took. You don't have. Bring your room. Ganta. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Ram Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare बोलिए बोलिए सभी लोग बोलिए हरे राम Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Hare 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 Sri Hare Is it cold enough for all of you? We have to go to Mayapur. Then it's a little warmer over there. No, we stay in Vrindavan. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Yasodhanandana Braja Janarandana Yasodhanandana Braja Janarandana Yamuna Tiravana Chari Yamuna Tiravana Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Yasodhanandana Vrajajanaranjana Yasodhanandana Vrajajanaranjana Yasodhanandana Vrajajanaranjana Yamuna Tera Valatari Yamuna Tera Valatari Jai Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe Radhe Jaya Radha Gopinata Radha Gopinata Radhe Radhe Jaya Radha Shama Sundar Radha Shama Sundar Radhe Radhe Jaya Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. सब लोग बोलो Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Nichalila Pabisa Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Paribrajacharya Asto Tarasati Simat. His Divine Grace Srila Bhai Charanara Vinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Nichalila Pabisa Om Vishnupad His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Goswami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Anantakoti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Jai Sri Rup Sri Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Sri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunath Sad Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Nam Acharya Sila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem Shri Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivash Adi Gaura Bhaktavinda Ki Jai. Sisi Radha Krishna Gopa Gopina Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Jai. Si Brajabhumi Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Mathura Dham Ki Jai. Sinavadvip Mayapur Dham Ki Jai. Ganga Mai Ki Jai. Yamuna Mai Ki Jai. Tulsi Devi Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Sri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Sankirtan Yagya Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada's Transcendental Books Distribution Ki Jai. Samaveda Bhaktavinda Ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishna Bhutale Shrimati Gopal Krishna Goswami Tamani Prabhupada Sahityamaya Prakasha Vitiracha Pracharan Kirvan Saruvagat Pate Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti-vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Om Jnanantimirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshurum militam yena tasmai Shri Gurave namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam yena bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Tadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Juta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaisnavamscha. Shri Rupam Sagrajatan Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sadvadhutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakan Vitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavanisvari Visabhano Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kipa Sindhuvya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivas Adi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We continue reading from the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, the Summon Bonum, Chapter 14, Brahma's Prayers to Lord Krishna, text 38 and 39, because text 38, one line, purport. And then we continue on to text 39. Text 38. Everyone, please follow me. Jananta Eva Jananto Kim Bahukya Na Me Prabho Manaso Vapusho Vacho Vaibhavam Tava Gochara Jananta eva jananto Kimba hukya name prabho Manaso vapuso vacho Vaibhavam tava gochara. Jananta eva jananto Kim bahukya name prabho Manaso vapuso vacho Te manananto Name prabho Manaso vapuso vacho. Matajis Jananta eva jananto Bahukya name prabho Kinto manaso vacho Vaibhavam tava gocharo Jananta eva jananto Manaso vapuso vacho Vaibhavam tava gochara. Word for word meaning. Jananta, persons who think they are aware of your unlimited potency. Eva, certainly. Janantu, let them think like that. Kim, what is the use? Bahu uktya, with many words. Na, not. Me, my. Prabho, O Lord. Manasa, of the mind. Vapusha, of the body. Vacha, of the words. Vaibhavam, opulences. Tava, your. Gochara, within the range. Translation and purport by the disciples of His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. There are people who say, I know everything about Krishna. Let them think that way. As far as I am concerned, I do not wish to speak very much about this matter. O my Lord, let me say this much. As far as your opulences are concerned, they are all beyond the reach of my mind, body, and words. This purport, or everybody please repeat after me. There are people who say, I know everything about Krishna. Let them think that way. As far as I am concerned, I do not wish to speak very much about this matter. O my Lord, let me say this much. As far as your opulences are concerned, they are all beyond the reach of my mind, body, and words. Purport. This translation is quoted from Srila Prabhupada's Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, chapter 21, text 27. Let's see what Srila Prabhupada says in the Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila, text 21. Or 21, chapter. This is the opulence and sweetness of Lord Krishna. The same, exactly the same translation. Srila Prabhupada says, there are people who say, I know everything about Krishna. Let them think that way. As far as I am concerned, I do not wish to speak very much about this matter. O my Lord, let me say this much. As far as your opulences are concerned, they are beyond the reach of my mind, body, and words. Shall we read Prabhupada's purport on that one? I think that would be nice, isn't it? Why did they did not include this from the size? Okay. We have the whole lifetime to read. Let's see the purport. This is a quotation from Srimad Bhagavatam 10:14-38. Again, he went back to the Srimad Bhagavatam. Spoken by Lord Brahma after he had stolen Lord Krishna's calves and cowherd boys. And Krishna had exhibited his transcendental opulence by recreating all the stolen calves and cowherd boys by his Vishnu Murti expansions. After he had seen this, Brahma offered the above prayer. So this is this is the prayer, the second to the last prayer of Lord Brahma, glorifying Lord Krishna. And have you heard of this before? I know everything about Krishna. It's like when you distribute books. My dear sir, please take this book. Oh, I know Krishna. I know Krishna. No need, no need. I know Krishna. Anyone who says, I know Krishna, that means they don't know Krishna. And those who says, I don't know about Krishna, that means they know something about Krishna. It is very difficult to convince a person who says, I know Krishna, I don't need this book. Usually we can convince them when we say, okay, you know Krishna? Then why don't your friends and relatives know about Krishna? Okay, you can buy this book and you can give it to them. So, from this text 38, Lord Brahma is considering himself that I do not wish to speak very much about this matter, but because ultimately Up to a certain extent, he knew the vastness of Lord Krishna's opulences. It says in the Chaitanya Charitamrita that after Lord Krishna revealed to Lord Brahma about his trying to be bewildered by Lord Brahma. Actually, Lord Krishna himself bewildered Lord Brahma. So much so that it says in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, the same chapter, that Lord Krishna created unlimited universes and unlimited universes in the material world. Now, I didn't say in the Srimad Bhagavatam. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita it says, within a moment, he demonstrated this to Lord Brahma, that in each and every universes, there is also the bewilderment of Lord Brahma in each universe, trying to bewilder the same Krishna himself. Can you follow? In each and every universes that Lord Krishna created, after this, Lord Krishna demonstrated to Lord Brahma that there are many Lord Brahmas besides him. Some are 8 heads, 16 heads, 32 heads, 64 heads, 100 heads, thousands heads, 10,000 heads, 100,000 heads, 10 million heads. Would you like to have a 10 million head yourself? You'd like to imagine that? Well, we've seen in the news sometimes there are 2 heads, 1 body is present, but 4 heads, kind of difficult to imagine. What about 10 million heads? And Lord Brahma also witnessed all of this again in the Dwarka Leela. When Lord Brahma visited Lord Krishna in Dwarka, the Chokidar asked, what do you want? Well, I want to see Lord Krishna. So the Chokidar went to Lord Krishna, and then Lord Krishna asked him, who is Lord Brahma? He is. Because he says, I'm Lord Brahma, so tell Lord Krishna that Lord Brahma is here. So the Chokidar returned, and then the Chokidar asked, whose Lord Brahma are you? Then Lord Brahma became a little bit stunned. He says, I thought there's only one Lord Brahma. Tell Lord Krishna that I am Lord Brahma, the father of the Char Kumaras, the 4 Kumaras. So he went back again to Lord Krishna and says, okay, let him in. He told the Chokidar, or the security guard. And then Lord Brahma was startled, and he welcomed Krishna, welcomed Lord Brahma. Welcome, welcome. What is it that you want? I am very surprised by your presence. Lord Brahma says, oh, well, before I tell you why I came, first of all, you asked me, which Lord Brahma am I? I thought I'm the only Lord Brahma. Then Lord Krishna, within one moment, he showed there are many Lord Brahmas, again the same. So this is the second time Lord Brahma saw that there are many Lord Brahmas besides himself. And each and every one of them, again, they all offer obeisances, and each head has like a very nice decorated helmet. And they all pay obeisances touching Lord Krishna's lotus feet. So now, not everyone is seeing this is happening. Lord Krishna shows in all the different universes in the material world to Lord Brahma that this is happening simultaneously. Just like Lord Krishna gave Arjuna the divine vision to see the universal form. Now, not everyone saw universal form in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Lord Brahma was given an opportunity to witness and reveal all of these things happening at the same time. So when all the Lord Brahmas, they offered all of their obeisances, they made a tumultuous, very nice sounds like doing kirtan when they offer their obeisances. And Lord Brahma now became so bewildered. Again, Lord Brahma being bewildered. So, unlimited universes, unlimited material universes, unlimited Vaikuntha planets, and this Vaikuntha planets and all the universes in the material world is just a dot in the corner of the spiritual world. The spiritual world is compared to a lotus flower, and the whorl of the lotus flower is Vrindavan. And Vrindavan also, that means there is Mathura, Dwarka, in the outskirts. And it says that one Vaikuntha planet is 8 yojanas in length, in breadth, times 10, times 100, times 10,000, times 100,000, times 10 million. This is the size of one Vaikuntha planet. This is the opulence of Lord Krishna. And the material world, our universe, is the smallest. That's why we only have four-headed Lord Brahma. 4 billion miles in diameter. That means the more Lord Brahma has many heads, that means the bigger the universe is. So when Lord Brahma saw all of these different Lord Brahmas, that means our Lord Brahma, he saw also many Lord Shivas with also practically unlimited heads, and many King Indras. Same in Dwarka. He had darshan of this. So we can understand his unlimited opulence of the Supreme Lord is being exhibited. And here, Sukadev Goswami also says in his Chaitanya Charitamrita that it's cowherd boy. Because Lord Krishna is unlimited, he has also unlimited cowherd boyfriends and unlimited calves and cows. And he also unlimited cowherd girlfriends. But the Acharya says, just to give us an estimation of the extent of Lord Krishna's opulence, he has 3 billion gopis, cowherd girlfriends. Almost half of the population. But that is just a figure to give us. Each cowherd boy has quintillion cows. You know how much is quintillion? Well, so many zeros. So many. And we also mentioned before that 5,000 years ago, there's very wide roadways because they have so many cows and calves where they will pass by to pasture the cows. Braj means to go, to move the cows. Braj means to pasture the cows. So, that is in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Sparkly. So we continue, text 39. My dear, the Sanskrit first. Anu janihi mam Krishna sarvam tvang betsi sarvadrik Tvam eva jagatam nato jagat etat tabarpitam anu janihi mam Krishna sarvam tvang vetsi sarvadrik tvam eva jagatam nato jagat etat tabarpitam
Anujanihi mam Krishna sarvam tvam vesi sarvadrik tvam eva jagatam nato jagat etat tabarpitam
jagat. So word for word meaning now. Anujanihi, please give live. Mam, to me. Krishna, O Lord Krishna. Sarvam, everything. Tvam, you. Vetsi, no. Sarvadrik, all seeing. Tvam, you. Eva, alone. Jagatam, of all the universes. Nataha, the master. Jagat, universe. Etat, this. Tava, to you. Arpitam, is offered. Translation and purport, again by the disciples of His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. My dear Krishna, I now humbly request permission to live. Actually, you are the knower and seer of all things. Indeed, you are the Lord of all the universes, and yet I offer this one universe unto you. Everybody please repeat. My dear Krishna, I now humbly request permission to live. Actually, you are the knower and seer of all things. Indeed, you are the Lord of all the universes. And yet, I offer this one universe unto you. Purport. In his Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Srila Prabhupada has quoted Lord Brahma as follows. My dear Lord, although you are the Supreme Lord of all creations, I sometimes falsely think that I am the master of this universe. I may be the master of this universe, but there are innumerable universes, and there are also innumerable Brahmas who preside over these universes. But actually, you are the master of them all. As the super soul in everyone's heart, you know everything. Please, therefore, accept me as your surrendered servant. I hope that you will excuse me for disturbing you in your pastimes with your friends and calves. Now, if you will kindly allow me, I will immediately leave so you can enjoy your friends and calves without my presence. The words Sarvatvam Vetsi Sarvadrik are very significant here. Lord Krishna knows everything and sees everything. And therefore, Lord Brahma did not need to remain in Vrindavan to maintain his personal loving contact with the Lord. In fact, as the creator of the universe, Lord Brahma was somewhat out of place in the simple, blissful atmosphere of Vrindavan, where Lord Krishna was exhibiting his supreme opulences in herding cows, enjoying picnics, playing games, and so on. Upon seeing the intense love of the residents of Vrindavan had for Lord Krishna, Brahma felt unqualified to remain there. He was not eager to give up the Lord's association, but he felt it better to return to his personal devotional service in Brahmaloka. Somewhat embarrassed and unhappy over his foolish attempt at bewildering the Lord, Brahma preferred to resume his transcendental loving service rather than trying to enjoy the Lord's presence. Hare Krishna. So, till up to now and the next one, Lord Krishna was not saying anything. He was just listening the whole time. He did not interrupt Lord Brahma's glorifying himself, Lord Krishna. Because he was just thinking, why are you glorifying me? I'm just a mere simple villager, cowherd boy. But even though, yes, externally he sees Lord Krishna as just like a young, small boy, but the opulences and all the greatness was shown to Lord Brahma, expanding himself into so many cows and so many cowherd boys, and all of this into also having Vishnu form after that, transforming. And for 1 year, all the cowherd boys, they were actually, did not move from that spot. They were waiting for Lord Krishna to come back. That means they think that is only a moment, but actually it is like 1 year that Lord Krishna expanded himself again, going back and forth to the mothers and the parents of the cowherd boys, exactly the same as their own son, but the parents have increased their love. So he says that they were there exactly for 1 year, so they did not change much, but they grew up also. They increased their size. And then when they went home, they told their parents that Krishna killed which demon? Aghasura, with dried skin of the snake, the Aghasura. So for them, it seems to be like, oh, Krishna killed the demon today, and then we're going home. They are also put into illusion, yoga maya, in that way. So Lord Brahma was bewildered for a few moments, not a few moments, 1 moment. Or in our time, relative, it's 1 year. But his bewilderment put him into knowledge. The whole material world is under the jurisdiction of avidya, ignorance. That's why the conditioned souls, because not knowing, Prabhupada says that the root cause of our suffering is ignorance, avidya. This is an energy of the Supreme Lord, which pervades the whole material creation. And the spiritual world is vidya, knowledge. The conditioned souls are put into avidya, because that is the nature of this world. And that's why we suffer. So we have to get out of this avidya conditioning. How? By performing bhakti, performing devotional service. The pure devotees of the Supreme Lord, when they come out of the avidya and come to the vidya platform, then they use everything for Krishna's pleasure. Those who are in avidya, they use everything for whose pleasure? Their own pleasure. Their own pleasure. They don't care for anybody else. Very selfish. So Lord Brahma, he has now come into the vidya platform. He knew that he became proud. Pride means excessively thinking of oneself to be great. That's pride. I know better. And this can be categorized in few aspects. One can be proud if he has good parentage, good education, rich, and beauty. Now one can be ugly, and one can be uneducated, and one can be in ignorance. But if he has a lot of money, he still can be proud. So Lord Brahma, he became proud because he was the master of the universe. But after this, he understood, I'm not the master of this universe. Actually, Krishna is my master. And therefore, I have to eat my pride. There's a saying like that, right? Eat your pride. When you understood your position, your status, when you understood that, hey, that's why we have to be careful not to be proud. It says in the Srimad Bhagavatam, those who are proud, they go to one of the hellish planets in the lower region. One should not be show his prideness to those who are senior to him, to those who are more knowledgeable to him. Senior by age and by realization, because seniority means by age, or seniority means in our understanding is that if you take initiation before me, you are my senior. Or especially seniority means those who are more realized in knowledge, more knowledgeable, and they practice what they say. They walk their talk. And they could be just new. But if they have more, it's like Prabhupada says, anyone who knows Krishna consciousness, even a new bhakta can give the Bhagavatam class. But usually we don't do this. We will do this if no one is around, if no senior, like by age or seniority. So one who is educated, more educated than you, you should show respect. So here, Lord Brahma is doing this. Srila Prabhupada also is proud. He has pride also. Prabhupada being proud. I'll read to you a letter Srila Prabhupada wrote to Mukunda. That means Mukunda Goswami. That was in 1969. I am so proud of having beautiful disciples like you who understand the inner meaning of my mission. Actually, I want the people of the whole world to come to God consciousness and be happy. So one can be proud in the proper way. Prabhupada says a devotee, our members, can be proud also that you are a devotee. But don't be proud and not distribute this knowledge to others. Then that is wrong. Proud to be a devotee, yes, but also I should help others in their Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada says here, I want the people of the whole world to come to God consciousness and be happy. Prabhupada says to Burijan Prabhu also in the Philippines that I want the whole universe to come to Krishna consciousness. So Srila Prabhupada is like this. You know what? Radharani is also very proud. I'll read to you another one. She sleeps in her room with the aroma of pride. And when she lies down in her bed, the transcendental variety of her loving ecstasies is like a jeweled locket in the midst of her necklace of separation. So, being proud can be put in a proper perspective. But the conditioned souls being proud is not the same as the devotees being proud. And Lord Brahma in the beginning of him being proud is put in a wrong position. But now he understood, I have to be humble now. And I think I am impeding the pastimes of Lord Krishna along with his eternal associates, the Brajabasis. So let me exit and let me do my duty. I know that Krishna sees everything, he knows everything, and therefore, wherever I am, he understood that my love for him is so great, but I don't want to be here. I'm, you may say, out of place. I'm out of place because I don't have that same spontaneous love that the Brajabasis has for Lord Krishna. Mine is, will be developed later on. That even previous to this verse, many verses, he asked that I don't mind being a blade of grass. This is out of humility. Remember that sloka? Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Trinadapi sunichena taror iba sahisnuna amanena manadena kirtaniya sadahari. According to Sanatan Goswami, Lord Brahma is doing Hari Kirtan. He's doing Kirtan. Nama Kirtanam. Why? Because he's glorifying, he's addressing Lord Krishna in many ways that how great Lord Krishna is. Like Kirtan doesn't mean just like chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Kirtan also means glorification of the Lord's name, fame, form, qualities, and pastimes. So, Prabhupada says here, there is no need for me to be here in the Krishna book. Now, if you will kindly allow me, I will immediately leave so you can enjoy your friends and cabs without my presence. It's like, he's thinking that I made a blunder. Now I know who you are. So I better just leave you alone with your eternal associates, and continue what you're doing as before. I know who you are now. So let me go. It's like humility is there. The opposite of being proud means being humble. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says one should be more tolerant than a tree, lower than a blade of grass, and should be ready to offer respect to everyone and not expecting any respect for himself. Then one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. This is the formula. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says also that we should strang this mantra and put it as a necklace around our neck so that we will always remember this. So Lord Brahma, he says, I don't mind being a blade of grass in Vrindavan or in immediate boundary of Vrindavan, because at least when the Brajabasis will walk by, then with their passing by, some dust coming, touching their lotus feet will be adorned on my head. And then he says also, I don't mind being a deer in Vrindavan. Did you hear that from the previous slokas? No? No? Well, he says that also. I don't mind being a deer. Even lower. These are very low species compared to human form. But they get the mercy. The dear to Krishna, or the cows, very dear to Krishna. Don't think that the position of the cows is lesser than Mother Yasoda. No. Lord Krishna even spent more time with the cows than Mother Yasoda. The whole day, practically, till they go home. Almost like 12 hours with the cows. So, Prabhupada's disciple says here that the words Sarvatvam Vetsi Sarvadrik are very significant here. Because Lord Brahma knows that Lord Krishna sees everything, He knows everything, so wherever I am, He knows what I'm doing. So let me just go back to my service. And this is higher than being with Lord Krishna and not doing anything. It's like when Prabhupada would travel many places all over the world. Some devotees will be distributing books at the airport, and Prabhupada is coming, they will continue distributing books. Okay, they will have a glimpse of Srila Prabhupada, but many are with Prabhupada, traveling, greeting him. But the book distributors, they continue distributing books. This is very important. We should not to be with our Guru Maharaj, to enjoy the presence of our Guru Maharaj, because this is a tendency. The Guru Maharaj is coming, and therefore I will show I'm doing a lot of service. I'll be very busy. I'll be really like enthusiastic. But when the Guru Maharaj goes, back to basics, back to normal. So it's better, because in our philosophy, it is better that we follow the instructions of Srila Prabhupada, the disciplic succession, our Guru Maharaj, sincerely. We mentioned this earlier before. To serve Guru Maharaj is more dangerous than serving the deities, because we can have the tendency to be familiar that the Guru Maharaj is like an ordinary person like I do. In the deities, if you commit offenses while doing puja or arati, you chant one chapter of Bhagavad-Gita. That will be nullified. Or chant more Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. But then if we offend the Vaishnavas, our spiritual master, by serving him, thinking him as an ordinary man, then there is no chanting of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra can nullify this, or there is no chanting of one chapter of Bhagavad-Gita can nullify this. So here, Lord Brahma understood his position out of humility, is asking, begging for pardon, that please give me permission to live. Because it's better that I go, because if I'm here, I may commit an offense again. So we have to be careful with dealing with devotees, okay? Whether they're the senior devotees or even the newly recruit devotees, because we don't know who they are. After some time, we don't know, maybe those new recruit devotees will be like shooting like a star and will be more surrendered than I am, and therefore I commit an offense. And not just that, we should also be careful dealing with non-devotees. We should not think, hey, I'm a devotee, you're not a devotee, so I can do anything. That is very, very detrimental also in our execution of bhakti. So we should learn from Lord Brahma the humility, or in the beginning he was proud, and then he understood, he comes into his intelligence, into vidya, he understood his position. Lord Brahma was bewildered for one moment, and we have been bewildered for many, many lifetimes in many, many species of life. Not just for 1 second, not just for 1 year, but we've been bewildered for koti, millions and millions of lifetimes. And we're still being very proud. We have to get rid of this by serving the Vaishnavas, understanding our eternal position, being servant, the servant of the servant of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, without any ulterior motives, without any vested interest, then we can go on and make progress gradually. Hare Krishna. Any other points or question? Gopal Prabhu?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the entire class due to my negligence.
You're exempted.
But two things. You commented that during the 1 year period that Brahma had encased the cowboys in the cave, Krishna expanded himself into all the cowherd boys and their mothers.
There are three sets. Those cowherd boys that was put into the cave by Lord Brahma is not the expansion of Lord Krishna.
No.
That is the Mohamaya, the bewildering energy of the Supreme Lord.
But you said that the mothers' love for their children intensified.
Yeah.
So,
Like the same as Lord they have for Lord Krishna.
And it wasn't just the mothers.
The cows, mothers and the cows, yes.
They gave more milk, and
they were running from Govardhan.
just to see their children.
Right.
And the second point is that you were speaking on familiarity.
Breeds contempt.
Yes, so personal experiences, if you look at ISKCON as it has progressed over the years,
Yes.
many devotees who had excessive association with Srila Prabhupada fell down from their devotional service. And Srila Prabhupada told me, he said the highest form of service is service and separation.
Right.
So if you can volunteer or do some service where you have to separate yourself from the masses of devotees and even the association of the Guru Maharaj just to go out and preach. So just like Srila Prabhupada did when he came to America by himself.
Exemplified that.
He exemplified that, and the only person that went with Srila Prabhupada was his Guru Maharaj.
Yeah. He said, I never feel any separation.
Yes.
Because the service itself is with the Guru or with Krishna. Can I read this one? A low-born and abominable person who in this life becomes falsely proud, thinking I am great, and thus fails to show proper respect to one more elevated than he by birth, austerity, education, behavior, caste, or spiritual order, is like a dead man even in this lifetime. And after that, he is thrown headfirst into the hell known as Sarakadharma. Sarakardama. There he must suffer great tribulation at the hands of the agents of Yamaraj. 5th Canto, chapter 26, text 30. We should be all scared. It is. If you see a sannyasi or more higher than you, offer at least pranams. I notice we're losing this culture of respect in Krishna consciousness. How are you going to make advancement? How are you going to go back to Godhead? We all want to go back home, back to Godhead. Right, Gopal Prabhu?
Yes. On that point, if we take as an example the Darshan, he had offended Ambarish, and Krishna brought his Sudarshan Chakra to retaliate against his offense, and Darshan was very advanced and was able to travel all the way to Vaikuntha.
Yes.
Lord Narayan told him, he says, I can forgive many offenses, but if you offend a Vaishnava, then there is nothing I can do about it. You have to get that forgiveness from that person. So I was just listening today even that I was wondering, is Darshan a Vaishnava?
He is.
He is a Vaishnava, but he offended a more senior Vaishnava.
But then he asked, he came, and before, he said, Bhagavatam says that before he asked for forgiveness, Ambarish Maharaj already have forgiven him. This is a Vaishnava. They don't take any offenses. That doesn't mean we should offend them.
No.
Durvasa Muni gave benediction to Radharani that whatever she cooks will never get sick and will live for a long time. That's why. And nectar. Everything that she cooks will be nectar, and the person who will honor her the dishes. Yes. We'll never get sick and everything will be nectar. That's Durvasa Muni also, giving blessings to Radharani. Shall we stop here now? One comment? Okay, quick please. We don't want to offend the cooks. We have to honor the prasada.
Thank you, Mohandas, for your nice verse. And this verse is very, very important for us. And here, Lord Brahma, he wanted to praise Lord Krishna. But when he understood that he is the Supreme Personal Godhead, then he praised Lord Krishna, and after that, he wanted to get permission from Lord Krishna to leave the Vrindavan. But Lord Krishna didn't say anything, he was silent.
Yeah, he was silent.
For this silent Lord Krishna, it is indicates that Lord Brahma should go back to his own effort and he should fulfill his devotional service.
Yeah.
Then he may come back to Vrindavan, then he may get the blessing from the inheritance of there. So we should understand, we should do our devotional service under our authority, our spiritual master, and after completing our devotional service, then we can do other things. And also, Mohandas, you mentioned that Gurujan Prabhu, Srila Prabhu asked him, he told him, you should learn and teach it to others. And we should read Srila Prabhupada's book, and we should realize it, and we should distribute it to others. Then we can distribute more books if we study ourselves.
Yeah, if you learn and you don't teach, you lose what you learn. Prabhupada told this to Yamuna Mataji also. Prabhupada directly taught Yamuna Mataji how to cook. That you have to also give this knowledge to others, otherwise you will lose it.
Yes, Maharaj, if you don't distribute this knowledge to others, then one will become dry, sir.
I see, okay.
Thank you, Maharaj, for your reading.
Dhanavad. Srila Prabhupada ke? Lord Brahma ke? Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.